real quick before I open up for questions, just hold tight. I just want to put something out there real quick so that brothers and sisters can be wise concerning things out there. We want to make this 100% clear that our teachings and the gathering of Christ Church is utterly, emphatically against any level of pharmacy or sorcery. And when we say that, whether it be any type of drug, marijuana or otherwise, it's sorcery. Why? Because I don't want anyone using our words to try to spin something into doing something that they know is wrong. When we put out there years ago about the herbs which were made for meat, we made it clear over and over again, it have nothing to do with using marijuana. Okay? Marijuana today is not the herbs that the Most High put in this earth. The marijuana today is actually tainted, all types of stuff in it, and they're going to use it like when I went into the zombie apocalypse teaching, how they're going to use these drugs so that demons can get hosts. So they're spraying it with all types of things. They're doing all types of things so that you can be a host for demons. And I'm putting this out there because there've been some who probably misinterpreted things and made it seem as if, no, we're not. I've never agreed with that. No one have ever told me that they were a part of anything when it comes to dealing with any type of marijuana or drugs. I don't want to put that out there. And I'm saying that because people have inadvertently been doing all types of things, putting things in muffins and bacon and marijuana. Listen, we totally disagree with that. It's sorcery, and we had no idea none of that was ever in existence, let alone to say, well, it's okay to do that. It's not okay. It have never been okay, and we have never known anything about any of that. And I want to put that out there for the brothers and sisters so that if you see anybody coming amongst you to say they know us or they're down with us or whatever the case is, say, oh yeah, they say the herbs is good. Know that they're speaking on their own. And they've always spoken on their own. We have never backed anything like that. And it's to a point where it's costing people. It's to a point where it's costing people. All right? So I'm just putting that out there. And it tell you about sorcery. It tell you about pharmacy, all in Revelations. You shouldn't be baking it. You shouldn't be eating it. You shouldn't be doing nothing with it. That's hash, marijuana, cocaine. I don't care what it is. They're putting hallucinogens all in this stuff, and you shouldn't even be thinking about doing it anyway. You should get high off of the word. That should be your high. You want to be healed? Have a saint and a priest come pray over you. When I say to use herbs for medicinal purpose, I wasn't talking about going out and making brownies. So I'm just putting it out there so that brothers and sisters will know, so that y'all can, none of you know emphatically that we have never known any activity like that even existed until recent. So we wanted to put that out there. So if anyone out there is a part of that and going to these sites to saying it's okay to do herbs and showing you how to take brownies because you used to have a marijuana Jones. This is what you don't know, and I did some research on it too. When you actually bake it and do those things that people are doing, you're actually heightening the hallucinogen that they have placed in all the drugs. You're actually making it more potent. And you're opening yourself up for demons. Okay? There's nothing spiritual about it on the righteous side. It's highly spiritual. Demonically spiritual. So I wanted to put that out there so that I want to put this out there too. If y'all know anyone out there that are using marijuana for any purpose or any type of drugs and saying that it's okay, I need you to send an email to gatheringas1, the number 1, at AOL.com. And we're going to get someone to contact you immediately. You know anyone that you know that are doing these things, get them to contact us as soon as possible. All right? I'm going to tell you, that's why they going the weed way. Because they can put all type of hallucinogens and all that in it. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to be, and let me tell you, the CIA started this with LSD a long time ago. They did it with mushrooms. But the drug that everyone usually, the drug that usually you don't die from and you don't get any problems from long term was marijuana for a long time. Their whole aim was to one day have those tough drugs, the same hallucinogens, on the drug of choice by the majority of the population. So they was pushing weed for the longest and making it cheap for the longest. You okay? Because that is what they're going to use to zombify, if there's any type of word is that, the whole earth. Almost everybody doing weed. They're putting in candy and all that. And you know what? It's high demon possession. That's what it is. And if anyone tell you that it's okay, they are a sorcerer and they have been bewitched. Inadvertently or by mistake. It doesn't matter how it was. You are a sorcerer. Okay? And that's how you need to take that thing. That's how you need to look. Oh yeah, you can do it. The Lord said that, you know, He made herbs for me. He didn't make herbs for you to bake and make. That's a potion you're doing. That's sorcery. And these are not herbs that you have grown in your own place to actually do certain things, even though I'm not saying do that either. But what I'm saying is you buying something off the street somewhere from other people. Now I heard someone told me here, let me see here, where that paper at I had? The papers. On there? Look at it. Someone told me that over in America now, in different parts of Texas, you say, that the Arabs are now selling a new marijuana that's over there killing people. Ain't nothing but the Saudis. Ishmael, who's actually against you, looking to destroy you because they want your birthright. And people talking about, yeah, man, I got that killer. You got the killer, all right. You definitely got the killer. All these creations from corporation, weed, marijuana, the pharmaceuticals. Don't you know that there's a book that the elite used? The so-called Bull and Scones used. What's that book that they used? Called the, I forgot the book they used. I mentioned it a long time ago. It had come to my mind. But this book they used told them what drugs to get to control and to destroy the population so that demons can have bodies to utilize. Okay? The Bushes, their fathers, have this book. It's an ancient book that was passed down and say, if you want to do this, you're going to have to help us. Here are the drugs we need you to use. Populate the people with it so that we can have bodies to roam through. Hey! So wake up. Someone asked me to Google synthetic marijuana. There are companies producing this, and the high is supposed to last longer and maybe for days. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, that's the key thing they're gonna use for the zombie garbage they bringing forth. This stuff people are gonna be losing their mind. And they're gonna be like, man, I only had a little weed. I only had a little weed. I used to smoke weed all the time. Guess what? That was their plan. That was their plan. Okay? Something gonna check in and it will never check out. Why? Because you gave it entry. It's one thing to be dealing with the spirits that you're dealing with yourself. It's another thing to volunteer a demon to come in you. A whole nother thing. It's a whole nother thing. I'm telling you. If you open up the gate for a demon, he may not check out. Yeah. It's called the Goetia. It's a book that was given to the elite. 322 Skull and Bones, called the Goetia. And this particular book told them how to use drugs. And that's why the CIA, their main weapon in everything is drugs. And through this, it was an elite book that was translated out of Latin from France, and it was given to the Bush family. And it was utilized ultimately under the Clinton administration. They really introduced it during the so-called love time of the 60s, with Jimi Hendrix and all of them. They did that at a meticulous time when our people were rising together under the civil rights movement. We were coming together. So they say, nah, let's pull out that Goetia. We're going to use the crack thing. We're going to do that. We're going to put our people in place. Okay. We're going to put in, oh yeah, a lot of people don't know. They looking at Hillary Clinton and think that she's just some independent person. Come to find out, she's actually the Bush's sister that married the Clintons. She's actually the Bush's sister that married into Clinton. So it's been Bush's the whole time, controlling the White House, controlling everything. Yeah. They claim they had a daughter that died at a certain age. It's her. I mean, because they can't let the voting system step in the way of their program. They got a program to do. And if you look at Clinton Chronicles, that was the key time of drug infestation of the CIA against our people. He was the greatest drug dealer of all presidents. Him and old Hillary. More people died during his administration than any administration of presidents. Yeah, the Clinton administration. And black people just loved him. Oh, he's like another black president. He was killing you. He was using the Goetia. He was infesting all your neighborhoods with drugs and getting kickbacks. The Bushes have always run. And guess what? The Bushes are really the Rothschilds. They changed their name. They're Rothschilds. They're Jewish. So they use the Goetia. See that? They use pharmacy drugs because demons, we actually have more power than the demons. You understand? And because they are afraid of us. But the only way they can actually utilize a body is if you do something to welcome them into your vessel. So they made it systematic. They made gateways. They say, okay, let's go to Parker Brothers and let's make the Ouija board a game board. So that you can conjure spirits and talk to spirits and all that and play a game. Because now you're asking the spirit to come to you. You're channeling that. Same thing with drugs. Drugs is a gateway. You're channeling. You're asking something to show you things. And guess what? You're going to get a lot of information because these are ancient spirits. They got a lot of wisdom and knowledge. So you're sitting there thinking, man, I'm thinking of stuff I never think about. Man, I'm opening up to some serious understanding. You are. You're dealing with an ancient demon that has much knowledge, and you think you're getting deep. Because that's the way that's the only way he can stay. He has to make you feel it's you. So it's sorcery, big time. You're not deep at all. You're getting information from something that has merged itself with you. Merge with Christ. Let the Holy Spirit speak to you and give you deep understanding.